Have you ever wondered what therapy is and what exactly happens when your friend or your sister goes into a therapist's office? What are they talking about in there? How can they sit there and talk for an hour? They don't even know each other. What's happening inside of that office? The reason why I wanted to make this video is I have a girlfriend in England, her name is Helen, and I was telling her how great my therapist was, and she says, "What's with you Americans and everyone having a therapist?" And it made me think, I guess maybe therapy isn't something that everyone does. You like mushrooms in your egg? Ooh, okay, yeah, You like cats? I think that's what people think is happening in a therapist's office, is that your therapist is sitting there judging you, secretly judging you for the things that are happening. Actually, they're probably just writing down notes so the next time they see you, they'll actually remember what you guys are talking about. My therapist doesn't even have a notepad. I don't know, maybe he's got, I don't know, photogenic memory, or maybe he records in his iPhone, I don't know, but he doesn't have a notepad, but he always remembers what we've talked about and always has relevant questions. First of all, finding the right therapist for you is really, really important. There's all kinds of different therapy. There's group therapy, there's couples counseling, there's premarital counseling, there's marriage counseling. There might be something going on in your life, maybe that you don't have anyone you can talk to that's completely a third party. Think about it, your friends, your family, your significant other, your coworkers, all these people are somehow invested in your life. I don't know, you might not be exactly that honest with them. I know this might sound a little bit silly, but I went and saw this therapist one time and I sat on her couch and I saw that there was cat fur. I hate cats, not because I don't think they're nice animals, but I'm actually really allergic to cats, and I thought in my head immediately that this relationship is not gonna work out. Your relationship with your therapist is almost the same as having a relationship with a close friend or a significant other, because they're gonna hear some pretty intimate things. You gotta feel comfortable in that space. You gotta feel like you guys are on the same wavelength. And when I sat down, saw there's cat fur, I was like, "Burp, I'm never gonna see this lady again." Sometimes in movies you see therapist rooms and they're just so cluttered and there's all these things and it's actually quite distracting. What I love about my therapist in his office, it's really simple. Comfortable couch, little side table so I can put my tea there. He's got a couple books on the wall, but that's really about it. And so there isn't very much distraction when you're trying to talk about things. It's a very peaceful space and I love that about his office. So how often should you see a therapist? It's really up to you. Some people go just when they have a specific problem. Just say you've got something crazy going on at work and you don't know how to deal with it. You can go for a couple of months and not go back. Or some people do it as more of a maintenance thing. I'm a true believer that you should be going to therapy just for a check-in, maybe once a month or every couple of months, just to see if everything is going all right. A lot of the times we spend so much time on our physical health, thinking about losing weight and looking better and dieting, but we don't spend as much time on our mental health, and I actually believe that your mental health is just as important, or maybe sometimes even more important than your physical health. Feeling good, being in the right state of mind, feeling positive, feeling excited about life, all those things are super duper important. So what things have I talked to my therapist about? I've talked to my therapist about relationships. I've talked to him about my dad and my sisters and my coworkers and the job and my health. I've talked to him about everything. And the best part about sitting down and talking to David is that he's a third party. He doesn't know anyone in my life. He's really there to just purely listen and hear me out and let me sort of verbal diarrhea all over him. And he's there to, seriously though, thank God for therapists, because who else is gonna sit there and just listen to you jabber? What I find interesting is people think, oh, therapy's so expensive. Why are you willing to pay $100 for some protein powder, but you're not willing to pay $80 or $100 to go see a therapist who's gonna make sure that you're still okay in there? Some people really dread going to their therapist's office. I can't wait to see my therapist. He's so funny, and he seems like he genuinely cares. I don't know if that's because that's his job and he's been doing it for 30 years, but he's really good at it. Have you gone to therapy before? If so, I would love to hear what your experience was in the comments below. So what things have I talked to my therapist about? I've talked to my therapist about relationships. Have you ever wondered, got my boobs. A little cut short, not doing that again. Your therapist is just there as a sounding board and someone for you to confide in. Shit. Ugh.